The match that we've all been waiting for such a long time. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the eISL powered by Coca-Cola. Of course, before we have the event started up, a huge shout out to our sponsors, our associate sponsors, Hero Esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this happen. And joining along with me is going to be Azim. And Azim, FC Goa versus Chennaiyin FC. Oh, this is going to be so exciting.
Yes, before we dig into it, a quick look at, of course, our tournament format. This is the league stage and a very important match of the league stage. 3 games per match, of course, 2 1v1s and 1 co-op. And, of course, the top 4 teams, of which these 2 hope to be a part, will make it through to the finals. And, of course, the top 2 team members will battle it out to represent India at FGS 2022.
Oh yes, this is what we're talking on the line, along with a lot of heavy pockets towards the end. For whoever wins it gets a massive chunk out of that 78 lakh rupees prize pool. The first position getting 15 lakh rupees, and so on until the MVP getting 4 lakhs and a personalized NFT by Terra Virtua. And today we have the contenders over here also fighting for that MVP spot. We do have both the players, in fact, Naveen and Saranj. But going up against FC Goa, they have not played a lot of their matches, and they're definitely looking to cover it up. But as we take a look at the leaderboard, FC Goa, if they sort of manage to win this tie-up, they're going to be straight propelled to the 5th position. And with one less game played than Bengaluru FC, their chances of making it to the top 4 look really good. But Azim, I've got to bring this pointer up to you, right? The last time these two went up against each other, it ended in a draw. So,
I mean, that shows you really how closely matched these 2 teams are. And FC Goa, you could say, have a little bit of margin for error.
yeah.
But it's going to be very, very close either way. I'm very excited to see what the matchup lineup is for today. Let's see. It's going to be Naveen up against V Sharma. Interesting that usually it has always been V Sharma taking game 2, but maybe some mind games, maybe switching it around just a little bit. But it does look like V Sharma is taking the first game up against Naveen, and it's going to be Afnan against Saraj. So very, very interesting encounter in prospect over here. And FC Goa have been out of action for a little while. They come back in, of course, with 7 games still to play, and they're going to get up to speed, or need to get up to speed really, really quickly, because this is as tough as it gets.
Oh, all right. Ooh. So V Sharma has finally let go of those long hairs. I cannot believe my eyes. I really felt, it was his signature style. It was his USP, right? You realize it is V Sharma with those long flowy hairs. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of a change. Maybe that's needed off the ground to win against Chennaiyin FC, because looking at their statistics, look at the goal scoring machines that Chennaiyin FC are. 102 against 66 for FC Goa. They know it's tough, but they know they're still in the play. But the last time they went off against each other, it all came down to that co-op game in which FC Goa did manage to steal it away from them and snatched away those 3 points and ended up getting 1 each for themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, just as close. It's going to be interesting to see how both the teams approach it. Typically, it's been, look at that, the young lad on camera for the first time as the new V Sharma, V2.0 Sharma, should we call him. That's what it is. And I'm sure he's having a bit of a smile and a laugh about how people are going to be talking about the new hair as well. But he'll be hoping, new hair or not, the results and the outcomes will continue to remain the same. Of course, Naveen, one of the MVP candidates, along with his teammate, they have been the favourites since very, very early on in the tournament. And of course, along with SC's Bengal and Mumbai City FC, these guys are easily the 3 most consistent teams in the tournament so far. And really, FC Goa as well, you could say, have been just as consistent as the rest of them. They just haven't played enough matches to really reflect the true nature of their form on that table. So, Vanchad will be hoping that the hair does not detract from the form that they were in previously. Although, if I remember correctly, they did end up drawing the last match that they played.
Yeah.
So, still some work to be done. Afnan has been, I think, the form player since the turn of the year for them, and he's going to be absolutely need to be on top form to beat Saraj and Naveen as well. he'll be licking his lips at the prospect of getting another win.
Oh yeah, and Naveen is done with the past woes that he's been having, right? The draw-win era has finally ended, and like you like to call him, win-win is back. So this is exactly what we would expect from a player of Naveen's caliber. He's always got it in him. But I must say, this new hairdo for V Sharma looks pretty sleek, right? Reminds you of those days when you had Beckham, but he had that blonde hairdo. But with changing times, he realized that he could make a few tweaks here and there. But I'm more interested to see what are those tweaks he makes in game, right? Because that is going to be interesting as he's going up against an opponent like Naveen, whom he hasn't played against yet in the eISL.
Yeah, I mean it's a new experience for all the four players at this point. I'm sure they've played a lot offline, and I'm sure in the hotels they've been playing quite a lot as well. But it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be obviously playing in the LAN environment is completely different from the regular friendlies that you see these guys playing, or rather we don't see these guys playing, but they keep talking about them. And we have seen, like for instance, it worked really well for a guy like Mufu today, who said that he's played against Lokmanya several times and analyzed and saw that he was not comfortable playing against that narrow formation and managed to get the win that way. And I'm sure it's going to be a similar case over here. These guys will have been have been spending a lot of time on understanding how their opponents play the game. I'm sure they'll be taking and drawing upon the experiences that they've had playing against them in friendly games, in regular division rivals games as well. And we should just about be ready to get going over here. Just a few last minute tweaks and changes, and we should all be set to go.
Oh yeah, and with this match ready to go, we're all waiting for it to start. But as the calm before the storm, right, is upon us, and we know this is going to be a really interesting matchup. And in terms of their playing styles, right, I like how V Sharma likes to keep things really simple. We've got Naveen, who kind of has this in the same play style. It's all gonna come down to how they're going to get that first goal, or rather who is going to get that first goal. But before we do head into the matchup, we of course have to take a look at some FIFA finesse educative clashes from V Sharma.
Hey everyone, I'm Vanshit Sharma. I play for FC Goa the Goas in the eISL. I'm here to give you some core information so that it can improve your game. And as I said, I have core points ready for you. If you follow these core points, I'm pretty sure it will improve your game. So let's start with the very first point, the difference between manual and automatic switching. Whenever a casual player starts its FIFA journey, they always go for the automatic switching. But if you want to up your game, you have to go for the manual switching, which us professional players recommend. So I'll show you how to do it. To switch from the automatic switching to the manual switching, you have to go to the settings menu and go to the auto switching part and switch from automatic to the manual settings. So automatic switching is really similar to manual switching, but in this I have total control over my switching. I'm using the right analog for this. So I predicted that he's going to pass to the R9, so I switched before that and intercepted the pass. So let's go for the second point, that's the speed boost. So how you do it is press the L1 button, and whenever you feel that the opponent is pressing you, you press the R2 button and you go past the opponent and you score a goal. And I'll show you again, as you're seeing that the opponent is going to press me, I'll go past the opponent and again I'll score a goal. So the third point is free kick routine. So most of the players waste their free kick routine by scoring direct free kicks, which is very hard to score in FIFA 22. But I use a very alternative type of free kick. So I'll show you how to do it. So मैंने अपने दो player बुलाया L2 और R1 से, तो मैंने अपने opponent को fake करके L2 और X से pass दिया. I got through my opponent and scored a goal. Coming to the last point, it's not a tip or trick, but it's a very useful information that can improve your game. Did you know that Messi has a weaker right foot? Come, I'll show you. So let's start with Messi. As you can see, he has a preferred foot of left, but he has a 4-star weak foot. which gives him a 50% probability of scoring with his right foot. But let's go to Neymar now. As you can see, he has a 5-star weak foot, but he has a preferred foot of right, which doesn't make a difference, so he can score with both foots. So moving forward, I'll show you some famous players. So here's Salah. He has a preferred foot of left, but he has a 3-star weak foot, so that gives him a less probability of scoring a goal with his right foot. So let's move to CR7 now. He has a 4-star weak foot, but he has a preferred foot of right. So again, it gives him a 50% probability of scoring with his left foot. And then there is Mbappe. He has a 4-star weak foot, but he has a preferred foot of right. So again, that gives him a 50% probability of scoring with his left foot. The reason I showed you this is because you can study the stats of the players before including them in your team. Because mostly all the players go for the 5-star weak foot so that they can never miss a chance in front of the goal. So these were the 4 points. ये मेरे नज़र में सबसे important points हैं. अगर आप अपनी ये गेम में implement करोगे तो आपकी गेम पक्का improve होगी. And before leaving, मैं अपनी एक crazy skill आप लोग को showcase करना चाहूँगा जो मैं eISL में भी बहुत ज़्यादा spam करता हूँ. That is the ball roll scoop. So this is the ball roll scoop, and this is how you do it. You put your right analog stick to the right, and as soon as you release the right analog stick, you press the fake shot button, and this is a very effective skill move in front of the goalkeeper to make a goal. If you like the video, make sure to like and comment and share with your FIFA friends. And don't forget to root for FC Goa in the eISL live on Nordwin Gaming Facebook and YouTube channel.
Oh, the ball roll scope. Azim, have you done that before? Like, have you tried it?
Oh man. I mean, I can do the ball roll and the scoop separately, but getting them together is a bit of a challenge. But we see this used a lot by the eISL players, all the players. I think it's very, very effective to sort of just pretend you're going in one direction and then immediately switch to the other. And really in 1v1 defending, it's all about sudden changes of direction and making those changes happen as quickly and as unexpectedly as possible. Of course, the ball roll scoop is one of the best ways to do that, as we finally are ready with the kickoff. The game is ready, and we do see that it is Chennaiyin FC in their home blue kit going up against FC Goa in the away white. So let's see how this goes. And Naveen will be looking to get off to a fast start, but of course V Sharma, we do know he's a guy who likes to play the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation. It doesn't look like he's going with that. It looks like he's going maybe for a 4-2-3-1 based on what I can see on the radar, but maybe players just sort of organizing themselves into a new formation now. But yeah, it does look like it's not his favored narrow diamond formation, but something else, and maybe factoring in the way that Naveen plays.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to make those switch ups, right? And both the players trying to accommodate to each other's play style. And right off the bat, we do see Chennaiyin FC from left to right and FC Goa from right to left in their white. So again, it's going to be a very close affair. Both these players on really good form. We have seen them having that little bit of a dip in their spell, but lately they have recovered pretty well. Now it's V Sharma who's going to be on the attack, and ideally FC Goa would be wanting to win this matchup, right? And that is a really good break for Ronaldo. He's going to score at certain point. Back goes for the pass, and such a clean finish, and a huge blow to Chennaiyin FC, as FC Goa have taken a very early lead.
Well, the hair may have changed, but the composure in front of goal has absolutely not. Very composed over there. He would have been tempted, many players, to just take that shot on despite it not being a good angle. But very calm, just waited for the support to arrive, made that little shot fake, and of course there you go, a simple tap in for his teammate. So V Sharma off to the perfect start. Pause cued already, so maybe he's happy with the 1-goal lead and wants to change things around a little bit.
I'm starting to ponder what could he change at this particular moment. Maybe a few tweaks around his player positions. But for now, Chennaiyin FC, they have to recover from this early strike. And, this is not ideal that you get to see from V Sharma. He's going explosive right off the start. He was waiting for that one opportunistic moment, and Naveen's defense was all opened up. And the moment Ronaldo received that ball, we really had that hunch that he's going to go in for that ball. But that composure displayed by V Sharma going in for that pass on towards Eusebio made it even easier for him to go in and try and score. So again, FC Goa retrieving the possession in their favor. Now this time they're starting to build things up around the central midfield. Now from here onwards, where do they go? If they can get one more goal, then that's going to be such a huge cushion for them, considering the fact that it's still the first half and they're looking so dominating.
Yeah, and V Sharma will want to get the business done in his game because with Afnan going up against Saranj, that is going to be really difficult. And to go into that game depending on a win, I think would be a lot of pressure for Afnan to have to handle. Not that he can't handle it. We've seen him play really well and grind out those draws and pressure matches before. So he's capable of doing it, but I'm sure if he went into the match knowing that he has that safety net, that his teammate has done the job before him, I think he would play with a lot more confidence.
Oh yeah, and now for Chennaiyin FC, now this could be a really good chance. Eusebio had a little bit of a depth over there. Maybe could have cut off Marquinhos, maybe with that dribble. But regardless, look for that cutback. Just the teammate was not beside him, giving V Sharma again another chance to go at it with a counter attack. And we haven't really seen V Sharma make a lot of those long finesse shots. Maybe one of those shots that we get to see today could work out for him, could get him that extra one goal. But with Cancelo, they're racing through that left wing. And now passing it on towards Mbappe has got a little bit of a room and space to work around with. Instantly man marked right after. And now Kante is going to look, passes it on towards Hullet and has been snatched by the Hullet from Chennaiyin FC. And this could be a potential break that Chennaiyin FC were looking for at this point. Oh.
Yeah, it could have been a big moment over there. I think very uncharacteristically given away by V Sharma over there. V Sharma seems to have had a pursuit forever, but again, I think he was just not expecting the space that opened up. He actually turned away from goal when he was clean through. So another big opportunity sort of goes begging for V Sharma over there. He could easily have finished that off and had a 2-goal lead, but now with the overload using the fullbacks, it's a bit of a challenge to defend these for V Sharma, but we know this defensively very solid player, tends to use that second man press very effectively, and again there you can see reading the passes to perfection, holds that ball up. Now will he look for that long ball in behind? He does, but I think played on the weaker foot, was never quite going to make it. And of course with the rolling ball, it's not the easiest shot to execute even in real life, not the easiest pass to execute in real life. But it's slowly now settling into a rhythm. Both players still feeling their way around. Naveen hasn't quite managed to get a shot on target yet, but he's got into threatening positions just like this one. And there you go. That's how easy it can be at times, and that's the importance of capitalizing on your chances. Naveen has done just that. V Sharma will be wondering if he could have had a bigger cushion this time.
Yeah, 100%. Chennaiyin FC right back into this matchup, and we are game on before the half time. Nothing scoring like this. This is plain and simple, Naveen, right? Nothing too flashy, just looking for that teammate inside the box, and all you've got to do is went in for that through pass, worked out perfectly well. But look at this maneuver from Ronaldo just before that, when he received that ball and a little bit of a turnaround, absolutely beating the defender out there. But this is the goal, right? Ronaldo Nazario absolutely left in the open, was waiting for that ball, did receive that, and does not matter, directly goes with the shot, does not look if it's the left or the right, whatever foot it is. And at times like that, when you've got legends playing on your side, you tend to score all of them.
Yeah. And V Sharma, well, back to square one for him. He needs to try to get that win. I think a draw is probably a better result for Chennaiyin FC in this game than it is for FC Goa, purely because it's Saranj that they're going up again in the next game. So V Sharma will be hoping and trying to get that win. This is a good opportunity as he's kept him on side, and yes, he has. Went for the early first time cross over there, but easily dealt with by the keeper. It is Peter Schmeichel in goal this time for Chennaiyin FC and Naveen. So 1-1 at halftime, no great pointers either way. I think a very evenly balanced first half, and Afnan chiming in with a few tips for his teammate over there. And there was some kind of tactical tweak made by V Sharma just before halftime, just after conceding that goal. and I'm so sure we'll see more of how that plays out in the second half.
Oh yeah, and for FC Goa, where things started off, Chennaiyin FC responding with this one really good, well orchestrated goal was exactly what they needed to get themselves back in. But this question is still hovering. What was that one change that V Sharma wanted to make, and he barely got any time to do that, and it was right after he scored that first goal, and then heading on. Towards the very end, we did see them creating a few of those chances, but Peter Schmeichel being there, making sure the ball was received openly into his arms. But quite uncharacteristic. We aren't seeing a lot of Peter Schmeichel, and still Naveen wants to stick to him. What would be the reason, do you think, Azim?
Well, it's interesting though because I can't see any very obvious chemistry reasons for it because he's got Schmeichel and his defenses, Marquinhos and Ruben Diaz, so there's no major obvious reasoning there. If there was a Danish player in front of him, maybe that might have had an impact, or maybe even like the same league, a Premier League player. But I think just going with a player that he likes, a player that he feels can get the job done for him. And well, as long as you get the results, it doesn't really matter who's in that team. But V Sharma now trying to work that space. He has worked this well now with Eusebio. Just needs to slide that into Ronaldo, and he does the turn and the shot, but blocked. I think maybe one turn too many over there.
Yeah.
And just allowed Naveen enough time to sort of adapt. And now on the counter attack, Naveen comes forward, halts it over there. But a very good pass picked out, but also very well read by V Sharma. So, as I said, both very, very evenly matched players over here, and of course, being top four contenders, both the teams, you would expect no less. And we're really seeing very, very high quality FIFA being played by both these guys. And it's really about who can take those chances, who can remain composed under pressure, who can make those right decisions. And this is V Sharma trying to do that, trying to force Naveen to make the wrong decision, but in fact making the wrong decision himself. He's got into a couple of very good positions, but just one trick and one turn too many and the chance is gone.
Yeah, and this is where I'm starting to really think, has V Sharma, of course, has elevated his game, has been making a few skill moves here and there. Initially, when we saw V Sharma, he was more of that simplistic player, relied heavily on his good through passes, playing that long balls. And now, of course, that was a different mode altogether. He's adapted to FIFA 22. But 63 minutes gone, and they've been creating those chances, but nothing has really managed to gotten through. But one thing for sure, we cannot really say that this certain team has an upper edge because V Sharma has been creating a plethora of chances, but nothing has been going through. But this possibly could with Eusebio, right pass towards Ronaldo, and there you go, composure being displayed, and FC Goa are back at it. A 2-1 scoreline against Chennaiyin FC. And whoa, FC Goa, they have been grinding, they've been hunting for the goal, finally receiving some success.
Yeah, definitely. He's been trying to work that opportunity for very, very long now. This time he played it to perfection. Again, very tempting to just play that pass first time. But again, got the pass in, sent the defender the wrong way, and then with the finish into the corner, when you have CR7 over there, rarely going to miss. And again, we've seen an evolution from V Sharma as well, playing that 4-4-2, or we can say almost a 4-2-4 kind of formation, abandoning his narrow sort of defensive play style so that he's not as predictable for the opponents. It's not that difficult, it's not that easy to read what he's doing because it's you haven't seen him play this tactics so long, so you don't know how exactly he uses that tactical shape. We do see Pele on. It's quite strange that he didn't have Pele right from the beginning, but Pele is on for Naveen, and with just over 70 minutes, rather just over 20 minutes to play, it's going to be a bit of a rearguard action, you would think now, for V Sharma to try and keep Naveen out.
Yeah, and 70 minutes gone past by. Naveen clearly knows that he can't let this match slip by. Such an important game for them, especially considering the fact a win over here could have secured their berth in the top four. But now it's all on the line, and FC Goa 13 games played, it's their 14th one, and they're looking really strong. And some added pressure for Saransh if Naveen manages to let this game slip by. But yeah, he's always been one of those players that you can rely on, has been one of the sound players. But Naveen not really making a lot of mistakes, just in those final box defending. Letting the players of V Sharma slip by has been a cause of concern for him, which I think he's got to work it out. But I must say, V Sharma has been exceptional today.
Yeah, he's been very, very good. I think he could have even scored a couple of more goals. It could easily have been 4-1 or 3-1 right now if he'd just played those balls right. And this time he's played it really well to Eusebio. The ball just wouldn't land for Ronaldo. Took ages for the ball to reach the striker over there and couldn't get that shot away effectively enough. He still gets the corner. And again, having a chat with his teammate over there. Again, these two youngsters showing so much maturity for FC Goa, both 18 years old. Probably one of them has turned 19 while they've been in the course of this tournament as well. And of course, the experienced heads of Saranj, relatively more experienced, you could say, who are in their 20s, now struggling to cope with all the onslaught that V Sharma is throwing at Naveen.
Oh yeah, and at this point, I really feel that Naveen getting this little break during that the corner being taken, he's got a few things to work around with and has got to make a few clutch plays, right? He's got to go all in, he's got to eye for that draw, but now initially he's got to deal with this corner himself. Gives it away towards CR7, passes it on towards Wow Cancelo, and at this particular point, V Sharma can't get too complacent either, because if the ball gets stolen away like this, it could be deadly. But the two teammates going up against each other, but no harm done. No major issues being created. Enough time for the players to come in, but a great ball coming into Mbappe. Oh, he's going to score with that back foot. And it's all out in the open. A 2-1 scoreline, and Naveen has done it.
Oh my God, scoring with the Rabona, doing it in style over there. And 2-2 it is, and V Sharma will be kicking himself to have conceded a goal off his own corner, and now has to start working on it again. I think would have been better served with just holding on to possession. And now Naveen. Going to be interesting to see how Naveen approaches this. Is it enough for him to be Robin again? Is he happy to just take the draw from Vanchaj and let Saranj finish the job, or rather do the rest of the job, make the game comfortable in game 2, or does he go for the win? It's going to be interesting. He does have possession now, so it would be more enticing for him to just hold on to it till about the 89-minute mark and then try to steal it. And I think that's pretty much what he's going to do, just pass it around defense for a little while. And once that counter reaches the 89th minute, that's when we'll see those forward runs triggered. But has to make sure, of course, that he does not give that ball away. But a player of Naveen's experience, you would not expect any cheap giveaways right now. And there, as the clock hits 89, that's when the attack starts. And he's got past his defender over here. This could be a huge, huge moment. Ronaldo in the box, but one back by Vanchaj, and I don't think he'll get the opportunity to counter. The clock ticks down, and it is 2-2. And not entirely surprising as a result of that, but V Sharma, out of the two players, I think will be the more disappointed.
Yeah, just a little bit overthought over there. Too many men committed, and Naveen had to look for that one capitalizing opportunity and has managed to pull it off. And wow, what a game! And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is the eISL that we're talking about. And nothing really separating these two juggernauts going up against each other. V Sharma having such a good start, and towards the end, all gone astray as Naveen. This time, of course, he's back into his drawing form, but on the better side of things, right? This is something that is way better than dealing with a loss.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. V Sharma would have been much happier with the win, and out of the two players, he's going to be disappointed because he did have a lot of chances. He created a lot, and I think he will feel that he could have easily scored a third goal and really closed that game out. I think at 3-1, it would have been much more difficult for Naveen to play with the same confidence. But listen, props to him. He did the job. He kept himself in the match, and then when the moment presented itself, he created the chance and absolutely took it. In fact, it was a counter attack from V Sharma's own corner, and that's, I'm sure, what's going to annoy him even more about it. Worked this goal beautifully. But of course, then we did see at close to 80 minutes, we did see that equalizing goal, a terra virtua super moment of the match contender over there. A great ball played in behind. You thought the chances may be gone, but fortunate with the deflection, and then the Rabona finish over there just to add a little bit of flair. And eventually it did end 2-all.
Oh, that's Raj. Look at him. Suddenly, just life bursting in through him. And this is exactly what you've got to look out for when you're going up against a player like Naveen. And I'm so happy he's made that sort of a comeback into this. And this match was looking to slip away from Chennaiyin FC, right? A very interesting, a very exciting matchup that all the fans, not just from Chennaiyin FC but also FC Goa, have tuned in for, because both these teams are heavy contenders to get into the playoffs. Chennaiyin FC being in a better position, of course. FC Goa can be in a better position, but these draws are starting to haunt them a little bit because getting a couple of draws here and there stacks up. You're just getting that 1 point. So the next matchup, the pressure is going to be so immense on Afnan, right? But this is the moment where we've got to head into the studio where we do have V Sharma waiting for us. And the first question, apart from the match, what went wrong? Why did you let go of your long hairs? We love that.
I know. I also loved my long hair, but summer was coming and my whole family was like, just cut your hair. It's been so long, so I just decided, like, let's do it.
Fair enough. But I think for you, from your perspective, a bit of a disappointing draw, considering you had a lot of chances to score. Where do you think it sort of went wrong for you over there?
I mean, I should have kept the ball. I shouldn't have rushed my defenders in the very end, where Naveen got the chance to put that L1 triangle. So I feel I kind of need to improve on my defense. But yeah, a disappointing draw.
Now heading into the second matchup, of course, you would be wanting Fnan to win, but does he have any set strategies? Because we did get to hear that news that you did change matchups towards the very end. So is there any set strategy, or he's just gonna rely on his instincts against Saransh?
Of course, Afnan is going to play his own game, but Afnan was really confident, going against Saransh. So I'm pretty confident he can, clutch it up.
All right, we're going to look forward to that. We're very, very excited to see the next game. So all the best, and we'll chat with you hopefully soon.
Thank you. Sure.
Cheers. Okay. All right. So now, considering this matchup was a draw, a heavy responsibility on Afnan's shoulders to at least maybe pull off a draw out of Saransh, right? That's the long shot. That's we're gonna be in the reality, because against Saransh it's gonna be so difficult. But Afnan, he has proven us wrong. He's proven everybody wrong when you question him, right?
Yeah.
He's that sort of a player who started off as a really nervy butterfly and has emerged into as a caterpillar, and has really emerged into a really beautiful butterfly into the eISL, right? The kind of confidence that he has shown has been immense, and there you can see Saransh Jain. And again, every single time Saransh comes into play, we know it takes a little bit of a time, because the big master needs to set things up, everything just the way he wants it. In terms of statistics, ladies and gentlemen, do not get swayed, because this also includes V1 Afnan, which was kind of a little nervy, like we just discussed. But ever since January, this man has been on a whole different league.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's, listen, I mean, if he has the confidence to say and make a last minute switch and say, you know what, I have the confidence to go up against Saransh, I'm going to take that on. I'm really looking forward to seeing this game, because if he feels that he's capable of beating Saransh, which obviously undoubtedly is, but if he can really come out and make that statement win against Saransh, I think that would be a huge result for FC Goa's season, and really establish them as those top 4 contenders. Of course, if they win all their games in hand, they would be sitting just behind SC Bengal.
Yeah.
But no time to think about the future or the past. We have to be in the present, and we are ready for kickoff. It is Chennaiyin FC versus FC Goa. It is Nan up against Saranch, and this is going to be an absolute cracker.
Oh yeah, this indeed is. As we have the game on, and there you have it. Saranch directly, I think, just centimeters away from his monitor. He has his eyes glued to the screen right now. And Afnan, initially onwards, he's got to deal with the onslaught of Chennaiyin FC. I think the right go-to way would, of course, be looking for Saranch making any mistakes. But early on, he's been looking really sound. He looks really confident in trying what to do. And Afnan would really not go in for those tackles, has to wait a little bit, delay them, as Saranch is taking his own sweet time, trying to build this play up, passing it towards Cancelo. Still has a lot of options down there, but goes deep from that left wing. Still dribbling the ball around, passes it on towards Hullet, and now gives it to Bellingham. So again, Saranch taking his time to set things up just the way he likes to do.
Yeah, but gives it away very cheaply. And Afnan, these are the kind of opportunities that he would be looking out for. Those moments where he can hit Saranch on that counter attack, where his defense won't be set. Saranch played that ball around quite nicely, but was well warded off by Afnan, not taking any major chances, just sitting back and being compact on defense. And now, as he comes forward, let's see what he has to offer. I think he's going to try to be a bit direct when he comes to attacking. When he finds that through ball, he will go for it. Just as he's done there, big moment. Why did he go for the ball roll? Well, oh my goodness! Had two opportunities to shoot and didn't take them. What a big moment for Afnan.
That's gonna absolutely crush him. And at this point, we've seen a lot of sucker punches, right? And this possibly could be one from that right wing. Of course, giving it to Ronaldo. Now he's got to look for that cross. Instead, goes for that low pass. But ball has been stolen away. And Afnan clearly does not express himself over there. But he knows that could be really expensive. Such a golden opportunity. And to have been thrown away like that. But he has no time to remorse over it, as he's going to try and make a few plays happen.
Yeah, but I do think that Afnan is really going to need to sort out his 1v1 defending, because Saranch is absolutely all over him in those 1v1 situations. This time, Afnan manages to recover quite well, and he's going to be looking to just use that pace and get in on the flanks. I wonder if we'll see a few long-range shots from him as well. He really should have got a shot away early on in the game. This time he's got it with Pele. Turns away from the keeper, and again it's saved. I think maybe he could have gone for the chip early on, but just didn't happen.
Oh, this is gonna hurt him so much, Afnan. But I think one good thing is that he's not intimidated by Saranch, right?
Yeah.
He's still getting those chances. And this is what we were talking about. Look for Saranch making a couple of mistakes, a few slip-bys, and you've got to capitalize. And the latter part is something that Afnan has failed to do so far. He's been creating those opportunities, he's got those chances, but maybe double-guessing himself in those particular situations might haunt him later on, because now this is such a golden opportunity for Saranch, but Kante, being so patient, waited for the ball, waited for the right opportunity, went in for the tackle, won it over, and now a long ball for Messi as he passes it on towards Hakimi, and it's game on.
Well, I think Afnan has very clearly decided that attack is the best form of defense in this game, because listen, if you try to sit back and defend Saranch 1v1, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are, he is going to sit and destroy you. And I think maybe he's taking a leaf out of Imad's book from Northeast United FC. He's the guy who beat Saranch 6-0 by just simply attacking him all throughout. Not being bothered about whether Saranch is going to attack him or do what. Let him play his game, and I'm just going to give him other things to worry about, because if he's stuck defending, he can't be attacking your goal. It's as simple as that. And cheap giveaways like that will not help Afnan's cause, but this half has flown away, and you can see he's forcing the mistakes now from Saranch, and he really needs to make the most out of this. He would love to go in at halftime 1 goal up, and I think he deserves to be 1 goal up at halftime, at least, because he's created 2 absolutely gilt-edged chances. This time a bit fortunate for the ball to fall at Ronaldo's feet. With Kante again, now with Pele, he has Hullet in support as well. Messi and Ronaldo lurking around that area also. And he's baiting Saranch. He's waiting for him to come in. He's like, come on, take the ball off me. And then finding that little through ball Still, the ball remains with Afnan. It's very, very tense over here. Will he go for a shot? I wonder. It's a great angle. He does go for a shot. It's a good Afnan. You absolute beauty.
Afnan, it's around so bad out there. And when you were just anticipating that when are we gonna see him score? Oh, perfect finish coming in. Found Messi at the right spot. Went in for that meta shot. And there you go. Just before halftime, Afnan strikes. And this is what I love about this man. And I loved it that, he did not give up, right? He went on hammering down, chunking through. And that moment he found, and he finally has the lead. But maybe we're speaking too early, because that's when Saransh really gets deadly. Gives it to Bellingham, passes. And these sort of cheap giveaways from Saransh have been one of those primary causes of concern that he needs to address immediately. Because if he keeps on making those mistakes, I think that one on FC Goa can definitely rise.
Yeah, and another cheap giveaway. But this is a big counter-attack opportunity again, because he's got 3 players forward. 4, in fact, if he finds goal, an excellent ball played to Mbappe. Huge moment over here. If Afnan can find this and make it happen, it's no, he's overplayed it again. He could have been 4-0 up in this game. And you have to say that Afnan has easily been the better player in this game. On defense, Saranch has looked, on his attack, Saranch has looked threatening. But so many huge chances, and literally the lowest percentage chance is the one that's gone in for Afnan.
Oh God, Azim, what did we sign up for? And look at this. You just gotta be mesmerized by the quality of that goal. Even Saranch, for a moment, just breaking that laughter, and B. Sharma knows that lightning has hit Chennaiyin FC, and now Saranch, he's got to show his A game, because if he does not, I'm really anticipating a win for FC Goa over here.
Well, Saranch, I'm sure, is going to have plenty of tricks up his sleeve, and we're going to see all of that in full flow as we are just about ready for kickoff. I mean, for Afnan, he's going to keep attacking. I don't think he has to change anything. He starts with ball possession himself as well, so he can take his time and just pass that ball around, eat up as much time as possible. I still do feel that Saranch has a goal in him. It's very rare that he goes an entire game without scoring a goal. I believe it's only happened once so far this tournament, which was in his defeat against Imad.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to be looking to score. He has come close on occasions, but he hasn't really got a shot off. I don't remember really the FC Goa keeper having to make any saves. And Afnan, he's done that job very well in midfield, making those interceptions. Making life difficult for Afnan, for Saranch, reading the game very well. But in those 1v1 situations, he's looked uncomfortable. Like these situations over here, I feel that Saranch can easily just beat him and run past. But somehow in the last moment, he manages to get that last-ditch tackle in, that last interception in. And he's living a bit on the edge, but he keeps attacking. This is another big opportunity to find Pele. Again, does not take it. I think he's just getting a little paralyzed in those moments of what do I do? Should I pass? Should I shoot? Because the opportunity is there for the taking. And if Afnan does not win this game, I think he's going to be really, really looking back with regret. And again, oh my God, it's very, very tight over here. Yeah. Hugely competitive game and hugely high stakes here.
Oh yeah, and Saranch, he knows that he's got his backs against the wall. He's got to try and score a few, but those giveaways coming to Afnan, who's been really stellar in terms of these cheeky little passes that he's been making, but enough, says Saranch, as now he's on an attack of his own with that right wing pushing Mbappe. He's got to find his chances, looking for that cutback, but there's no man available. And Kante making another very important interception, the second time in this particular game, and halting Saranch over there. But with Mbappe, this is a golden chance for Afnan. What on earth is he doing?
Oh my goodness me. I mean, if V. Sharma had any hair left, he would be pulling all of it right now. Because this is just unbearable almost, because Afnan keeps getting so close and then just tends to make the wrong decision at the end. It's 62 minutes. He still has the lead. And as I said, Saranch it's almost inevitable that he will score. He always scores. With the exception of one game, he always scores. and you can't keep giving him those lifelines. And over here, we'll see Saranj gets into the box now in that 1v1 situation with Ronaldo. Again, brilliant defense there from Afnan. You have to say he waited and waited and waited, and now again will have the chance on the counter attack. He has the gaps on the left and on the right. Which one will he choose this time? Decides to play it safe. The pressure from Saranj, little bit too much. Needed to be quicker than that. And I feel in those pivotal moments where he needs to make a quick decision, Afnan is getting just a little bit nervy, and that's really costing him. Will it cost him a goal over here? It's Saranj twisting, turning, and I think wins the corner. Yes.
It's getting so exciting right now. I mean, Saranj has been doing a lot of press attacks over there. He's been applying a lot of pressure, but Afnan has been so sound in terms of his defense. But this time it all goes astray as Saranj strikes, and Chennaiyin FC, what a beautiful control over the ball, just dribbling past the defenders instantly for that shot. And Saranj, there he goes, and we're all leveled up, and it's one each.
You have to feel for Afnan, but I did tell you, it is inevitable that Saranj will get that goal. He always manages to find that goal somehow or the other, and that's what's happened. And so many huge chances. You would have to say that Afnan, I mean, in a parallel universe, he could have been 5 goals up before Saranj scored. But unfortunately, that's not the universe we are in right now. And still time though for Afnan. There's still plenty of time for him to grab a winning goal. But equally now, I think his confidence defensively will have been dented just that little bit, because Saranj has managed to just waltz his way through the defense. And now, is it going to all end in tears for Afnan? Because Saranj is growing and growing in confidence with every passing move. And until this point, until the goal, Afnan was handling everything properly. He's managed it again, but he's given it away. Big giveaway, but also equally a big interception as well. And now it's going to be Afnan coming forward and trying to get another goal.
Such an exciting turn of events, Azim, in this particular matchup. It looks like a draw for now, but Afnan, he is absolutely rattled, but he cannot really delay anymore. He's got to score, he's got to look for that winner, and he's been showing that attacking trait of his today, and has kept Saranj contained all for so long. And finally, with that equalizer, he's got to look for that winner with Kante, passing it on towards Bullet. Gives it to Ronaldo, a perfect break, but there you go, Pele in that offside situation. And yeah, Afnan, oh, he's feeling so much right now inside his mind.
Yeah, he's really had Saranj against the ropes defensively in this game. I mean, there have been so many opportunities where just that one split-second decision went wrong for him, and it could all have been so completely different. And yeah, I think let's see what the substitution will be. I get the feeling we're going to see a Neymar coming on at some point. I think he'll want to give himself some better shooting angles. And let's see, maybe I'm actually not quite sure what he would look to change. I'm quite sure he would get Neymar on. Definitely not going to be Vinicius. I think he learned that the hard way the last time around. You see Kevin De Bruyne and Messi coming on. We see Eusebio on, and we see Ronaldo on. And wait, this is a very cheap giveaway by Saranj, and maybe not fully paying attention over there. Now with Eusebio, the fresh substitute, and he's got Ronaldo 9 up top there as well. So taking his time now. I think he's going to hold on to the ball and keep that last attack for himself. But you have to be careful because Saranj has been pressing him very aggressively, and one cheap giveaway over here could be absolutely fatal. So he's going to hold on to that ball, and as soon as it hits that 89-minute mark, we're going to see Afnan going for broke and going for that attack. So let's see. This is nail-biting stuff over here. It's absolutely going to the last minute, and can Afnan get the win that I think his play has merited and deserved over these 88 minutes we've seen so far.
Oh yeah, 100%, right? And then again, the way Afnan really stepped up, commends to him, applauds, because going up against Saranj and still holding on, but still, I mean, Saranj would be pretty petrified by the way he's been playing today, because this is not him, right? This is not him. He's been making a lot of loose giveaways, and finally, the match coming to a close. And as the storyline stands, it all heads down Azim, to the co-op that will decide who is the winner of this fixture. But talking about how these players are playing, I do not find anyone getting those 3 points. Ah,
Yeah. Oh man, I think FC Goa over the two matches have probably just about shaded it as the better team. But listen, Chennaiyin FC hanging on in there, getting those late equalizers in both the games, and that is of course the hallmark of great teams. That even when you're not at your best, you find a way to survive. You find a way to not lose the match. And listen, in this situation, you would back FC Goa not just because they've been largely the better team across the first two games, but also that most of their wins have come by them getting the right result in co-op. And they are really a very, very good co-op unit, but so are Saranch and Naveen. And we've seen these guys end up drawing in the last time, and it could be another draw again.
that cheeky little smile did not last long, but it's okay, right? The Afran did get more than what he came in bargaining for, but look at that. He tried every possible thing he could do and was just helpless. Saranj finally got that moment in and he scored, right? And Chennai FC and FC Goa at this point completely even Stevens, but you can clearly see in terms of possession stats in every single department, it was Chennai FC leading, but Saranj did not. In fact, Afnan did not let that look pretty prominent. It was still very closely contested, and it was those loose giveaways with the balls from Saranj's side that got capitalized heavy on.
Yeah, I think it was really the stats don't really tell you the full story of this game. Well, it's very rare that the overall stats don't tell you the full story of the game. But I think it was really a story of 3 or 4 very key, crucial decisions that Afnan got slightly wrong, and that's really what led to Saranj being in with a shot and getting that equalizer. But yeah, it's going to be a cracking game 3.
It is definitely going to be a cracking game 3, and for all you viewers out there, this is a chance for you to get your hands on the VFlex robot, which is worth $19.99. But for you guys, it's absolutely free. All you've got to do is sign up. Head over to www.terravirtua.io/ISL and choose your favorite color, right? Choose your favorite color, show your support for your favorite club. And I have already been vocalized about the fact that I've gone in for the Odisha FC one, and Azim says he's gonna opt for the Northeast United FC one. So yeah, we've decided on us. Chennaiyin FC is what has been chosen by CA. Let us know which VFlex robot are you guys going in for. But coming back to the reality right now, coming back to the match in hand, it's a co-op game. We know FC Goa are the stronger team in the co-op arena. They have defeated Chennaiyin FC, if I'm not wrong. 3-2 was the scoreline. So a lot on the line. This particular match depends, or rather will dictate how the changes are going to be made across the leaderboards. But either ways, both the teams won't be happy with just getting 1 point.
Oh, absolutely. But I think both teams also have the slight luxury of a little margin for error in that top 4 spot. So I don't think they would entirely be unhappy if this ended up in a draw. Of course, a loss will hurt Chennaiyin FC a bit more than it hurts FC Goa. So I think that's why these guys are still relatively calm. They're still in a good position overall on the table, and not under any massive threat for losing that top 4 spot just yet. Of course, FC Goa still have a bunch of games that they need to play and win to guarantee that fourth spot. But there we go. The fist bumps have happened. The little team talks have happened. The thumbs ups have happened, and it's time to go for a enthralling and an exciting game 3 in prospect, I'm sure.
Oh yes, it's game on. It's game on for all the viewers out there. Who do you think is gonna take the win? Do let us know in the chat. We know you're interacting. We want to know your opinions on who is gonna grab this nail-biting matchup, and suddenly feels like it's a finale, right? I mean, the kind of the heat running across the stadium right now. I really can feel the studio is just beneath from where I am right now. I can really feel the atmosphere getting heated up, exhilarating, as these two big clubs going up against each other. Just that one match to decide who will secure those 3 points, or are we going to be shunned with a draw?
Yeah, well, we'll find out. We've seen a 2-2, we've seen a 1-1. Maybe we get to see a 3-3 in this game.
No, I
Let's
don't
see
want
how it
that.
goes. And yeah, we are ready for kickoff. And we go again. Chennaiyin FC in blue, FC Goa in all white. And well, let's fasten your seatbelts, folks, because I don't think this is going to be a straightforward ride.
Oh yeah, it definitely isn't, because now I think this is the right chance for Naveen and Sharansh to introspect on what really went wrong in their games and really fix their mistakes, because quite unlikely of Saransh, just those little cheap giveaways did help Afnan a lot. But now for V Sharma and Afnan, they know that this is their court that they're playing in, right? This is their arena. This is where they really shine. One of the best teams, or rather the best team in co-op from day one. We have seen them. Even if they let go of those individual matches, it's the co-op that has always helped them. And more than ever is today where they're going to be needing that sort of a supremacy. But what we've been expecting hasn't really happened. But with Eusebio from Chennaiyin FC, from that right wing, looking forward for that opportunity, passes it on towards Mbappe. Hakimi back again towards Mbappe, all to be foiled by Cancelo.
Yeah, again, characteristically good defense by the FC Goa boys on co-op. Was a bit of a cheap giveaway to begin with, and they need to minimize those as much as possible. And had the opportunity there to turn away from his man and slide in the striker, but not quite taken. But well, if you would like to take things away for free, you can get your Terra Virtua animated team mascot for free, worth $19.99. Head over to terravirtua.io/ISL. But here we are in the box again. A little bit of I was afraid that the FC Goa might give away a penalty over there, but I think just pulled out of the tackle quickly. And you have to say a very high line being used by Chennaiyin FC over here. They're not giving FC Goa much room. You can see it's very, very congested. Both teams actually playing a very high line. So it's really going to be, I get the feeling we might be seeing a lot of mistakes and giveaways in midfield, which could be pivotal for the way this result pans out.
Oh yeah, I mean that could be absolutely detrimental for those teams if they let that slip by, because I think the margin of error is very less in this matchup, at least, if not the overall leaderboards, because both of the teams are here to win. They're not going to be settling with a draw, and this is a really good pass picked up by Mbappe. We've got to see if he can make anything out of that. Passes on towards Hakimi, and there you go. The slip by is coming back, and Ronaldo Nazario making sure he steals it away, but cannot really make that long run. So instantly decides to pass it on towards his teammate, and now Chennaiyin FC. They're on the attack. We've got to see if they can make anything out of this at all.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult. Let's see what they can manage over here, because breaking down FC Goa easier said than done, and of course keeping Chennaiyin FC out easier said than done. So such a evenly matched contest over here, and again you can see those midfield interceptions so easy for both teams to make because of just how clustered it is in the middle of that park. There's literally no room to breathe, but now there is breathing room found by Chennaiyin FC. Well worked, but again FC Goa on point defensively, and again winning that ball, forcing the ball out again of the box. So Chennaiyin FC have to build again. So good composed defending from FC Goa right now, but Chennaiyin FC are the team in the ascendancy, and they'll be looking to capitalize. And I think that the two players pressing together has been the hallmark of how FC Goa have defended since the start of the season. You just see those two cursors always together, always narrowing those passing lanes, always closing those gaps together, and that formula has worked really well.
Oh yeah, and as long as it's working, they do not have to fix it, but that could have been a slight hiccup. But Hakimi instantly regaining his consciousness over there, realized that if he lets this pass by, that could be deadly. But now on the counter-attack, FC Goa absolutely exploding through that right wing, but instantly slowed the pace down and waiting for more men to come up, and Hullet has to find a breakthrough pass, and that is usually V Sharma's job, right? He has been that go-to player who makes those set of passes, but still the holding ball, and finally just to give it away towards Chennaiyin FC. So back and forth game, it's something that we are witnessing from these two teams. 34 minutes already in, just before the first half. The question remains, are we going to see a goal from either of these sides.
Yeah, it's just all about who makes the least mistakes in this game because it's so close. They are so evenly matched. And there you go. I think the mistake has come, and Chennaiyin FC have got that goal. And now, for the first time out of any game that we've seen so far, Chennaiyin FC have actually taken the lead in the tie. And they're doing it in the game that matters, in game 3 in co-op. And now FC Goa, they have a job in their hands for sure.
Oh, they do. Oh, they definitely do. And this is where, they have to find an equalizer. If they can do that before the first half ends, then that's a good story, right? They'll have relieved of a few, intense situations. But now with Ronaldo, let's see if Fnan and V Sharma can find something out from over here. FC Goa and the fans, they have been really waiting for this victory, and this win certainly seems to have gone away. It's like sand slipping by from the hold of the hands for FC Goa. Still another half remaining, but these little mistakes being made is gonna be definitely kind of been capitalized by the boys from Chennaiyin FC, as now 2 minutes remaining before the first half comes to an end. And with Mbappe, they're trying to make sure that they do have the last laugh, right? They do have the last chance at going for the goal, and not much. He's just waiting around. The pass is on towards Bellingham. He's looking for that cutback this time, but certainly could not find anyone. Still in contention for the ball though, but finally potted outside, and it's half-time over here, and Chennaiyin FC have that little edgy 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Chennaiyin FC have made it very difficult for FC Goa to play football in the middle of the park. They've just been so compact, so organized, pressing very well. And of course, the one chance that they get, and the only chance that either team has created in the game so far, they have taken and put it into the back of the net. And they know the job is not done yet. They have come back from behind in the first 2 games, and maybe it's FC Goa's turn now. The ultimate co-op comeback boys. If they can, if they need to, if they want to get that win or even that draw, they're going to need to get their scoring boots on very quickly. I don't think they would regard a draw as a bad result, all things considered, but they're still going to need that goal, and it's not going to be easy at all.
Oh yeah, who said it was easy? And who would like things easy in this matchup over here, Azim? As the second half has finally commenced, we do see FC Goa from left to right, and of course Chennaiyin FC this time right to left. All right, again a very good steal coming in from Chennaiyin FC with Ronaldo trying to get in, pass it on towards Bellingham, back to Ronaldo, pull it, receiving it, and FC Goa, they've been really alert on the defenses, but those little slip-ups, and this is something that Saransh really is characterized by. This sort of a entry inside the box, dribble his way, directly go for the shot. Did work out against Afnan, but this particular time, now FC Goa, they're on their counter-attack. We're going to see what do they have to offer.
This is a good-looking move, good build-up over here. And they'll be looking. They had opportunities to play the man in behind goal. They found a good pass here. This time with Eusebio, will look for that cutback. And unfortunately, for FC Goa, it's just going to be a corner for them. Let's see if they have anything up their sleeves. I think FC Goa generally tend to play the corners short. And yes, they do exactly that. Now Bullet charging into the box, and with Cancelo, who is actually not bad with the long range shot himself. So I've managed to score a couple of those finesse shots with Cancelo on my team, and this is well worked. This is really well worked. He needs to get that shot off, and again complicating it too much. FC Goa inside that box and just not getting the shots away.
Yeah, that's dementing for them at this point. Up until the point they kind of will get frustrated, but we are yet in pursuit for that equalizer from their side. This was as close as they could get, and certainly would need Ashwin channeling his inner spirits, right? If Ashwin had been there, he would have gone for them any day. Things could have been completely different, but we don't have enough time to ponder as Bullet almost pulled it off, but it's fine. It's fine now. FC Goa are on the counter attack. Let's see what they do with this attack.
Yeah, they need to make this count. They have good bodies forward. There is Ronaldo in there. There's Eusebio in there, and again the wrong decision made at the edge of the box. It's going to be really, really frustrating for these guys. And of course, every wrong decision then leads to a counter attack for your opposition when you're not set. And Chennai FC will be looking to try and close this out. A poor pass from them, and now they're going to be hitting the counter. FC Goa choosing to slow it down this time. And I'm sure we're going to see some kind of tactical change. As soon as I mention it, there is a pause cue. And again, very, very poor. It's just like their head is not in the game right now for at least one or both of those FC Goa players. Repeatedly giving that ball away, and that's just wasting time that could be spent while trying to get a goal.
Oh yeah, and at this particular moment,
oh my God,
this is gonna haunt them if this goes in, and it will. As Chennaiyin FC finally kiss FC Goa good night. As this goal, I think the damage has been done, right? It has been catastrophic, and those little mistakes, and
there you go. I think Chennaiyin FC now for sure you would have to say have that win in the bag, barring the greatest of all comebacks from FC Goa. Look at that brilliant skill. I think that classifies as a Teravacha super moment of the game. One of those lovely, just taking the defender completely out with one skill move. And FC Goa, they knew they needed to do something different. I think they just started to get a little impatient, a little nervous on the ball, and that has cost them. I mean, a very cheap giveaway inside your own box against players of the caliber of Naveen and Saransh. You're never going to get away with that. And you could see, punished and deservedly so.
I do not know what to say. The kind of a rooting story had been.
Again?
Oh, no. This is preposterous. This is preposterous from FC Goa's side. Letting the ball slip by. And with Messi, he's got a lot of options. And finally finds Mbappe over here. He's got to turn around a little bit. Does not matter from which legs he's going to take the shot. But Marquinhos, being the knight in the shining armor, to be a steal again. All he's got to do is find maybe one of Messi or Ronaldo and find CR7 and will try to push in through that right wing with Bellingham, passes it on towards Mbappe. Yet again has to look for that cutback. Does he get it? Yes, Messi has it, but is he going to go in for the shot? Goes for the Maserule, not really working out. As FC Goa finally managed to get some relief, but they're yet to score. 75 minutes in, 2-goal shot. Now it's now or never. They cannot afford to lose out on all those 3 points because their matches are slowly counting. And this looks so frustrating for them. They kind of lost hope mentally over here, but they're still trying to put up a fight.
Yeah, I think they just need to, if I were them, I would just take a pause right now, slow that game down, just take a little bit of a breather, have a sip of water, and just get my head back in the game, because these guys look like they've absolutely lost it. There was a phase in the game where they couldn't string more than 2 passes together at a time without losing the ball, and one of those incidents cost them that second goal, which the game could have been so different right now if it was still 1-0. And again, you can see acres of space Chennaiyin FC to exploit, but again another cheap giveaway. They're getting too impatient on that ball, and it's showing. I think FC Goa have really imploded in this game. It was a game that could well have been under their control, but ever since conceding that first goal, it's just all gone completely down the drain.
Yeah, completely haywire. You can say the defense had been in shambles, to be honest, letting off those cheap giveaways or those precious moments, and the attacking hasn't really been sound either. And Chennaiyin FC, well, to be honest, they made a lot of mistakes in their individual game, but this time around I think they've kept things absolutely fine, right? Few chances just given by and were not really capitalized by FC Goa, but in those end moments, 86 minutes gone in and everything, they are putting everything on the line. But still, Chennaiyin FC look formidable as a fortress.
Yeah, they'll be hoping to get at least 1 goal back over here. Nope, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. If anything, it looks like Chennaiyin FC might grab a third on the counter attack. And there you go. You can look at the back post for Messi if he sees the cross. Well, decides to go to Messi there anyway. And acres of space to take that shot, but still not taken. And well, I think it was offside.
Yeah, it's fine. That's something they can live with at this moment, because Chennaiyin FC know that this match is in the bag. All they've got to do is hawk possession for a wee while, and there you have it. a very well earned victory. And you do not see Naveen, fist bumping Saransh like that quite often. He knows that it all came down to the final game, and they held on. They were the more experienced team over here. They were the better team in the co-op game, and the results reflect likewise.
Yeah, they were just a team with the better composure, and they played the game properly. They really had a good strategy in terms of pressing the FC Goa boys very high up the pitch, forcing them into mistakes. And then, of course, once they were being forced into mistakes, also the added pressure of going a goal down just led them to absolutely lose their heads across that FC Goa desk. And you could see 2 goals in quick fire fashion, and there was no coming back from that.
Yeah, no coming back. And at this particular point or moment, we know that Chennaiyin FC now kind of have secured their berth. Maybe in a few while, once we have the leaderboards, we do get to see that. But now this is more alarming for FC Goa. A few draws, a few losses. At this particular point, I think, Azim, they cannot afford to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they do have plenty of games in hand. Of course, they do have 3 games in hand over the likes of Northeast United FC, Jamshedpur FC. Only the 1 game in hand now over Bengaluru FC. So that's going to be absolutely crucial for them to get that out of the way. So Bengaluru will be pretty pleased with that result. I'm sure Northeast United FC will be pretty pleased with that result as well. So this is that time of the season where you take delight in other people's misery. But yeah, let's have a look at the scorecard to finally see how we ended up. It was very close up until game 3, and then suddenly it all went wrong for FC Goa, and an easy 2-0 win at the end of it for Chennaiyin FC.
Yeah, quite uncharacteristic of FC Goa to lose that co-op game. In fact, it was a sort of a switcheroo, right? And ideally, individually, they kind of tend to make a few mistakes and they lose out on those crucial points just to regain it all back in the co-op. But it was a whole different story tonight as Chennaiyin FC looked formidable in that final game. But let's find out who the hero of this matchup was. Would be interesting. Has to be Naveen scoring those 3 goals, as a result of which he is the hero of the match for the night.
Yeah, I think well deserved. He did pretty well. All very well worked goals here. Particularly this first one was really good. And his second equalizing goal as well. Great ball in behind to find Mbappe. Got a little bit fortunate, you would have to say, with the way the deflection fell straight to him. But then the confidence to just hold L2 while shooting and give us that little Rabona finish just for that added flair. And then, of course, scoring the opening goal. Set up for him pretty much on a plate by Saransh. All he had to do was just smash that in.
Oh yeah, and I think likewise also Saransh did wake up to his senses, right? Towards the third game, he realizes that I cannot be careless anymore, and finally they found victory. But now let's take a look at the Terra Virtua super moment of the match and find for ourselves which goal is that. And yes, FC Goa going up against Chennaiyin FC, Saransh and Afnan. The opener was what it all came down to. And your props to Afnan for the screamer like that. Despite the results, you've got to give him this. This is one of the goals that he is going to remember forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just the moment the Messi stepped away and Saransh backed off, you knew there was only one thing in Afnan's mind, and he pulled it off to perfection.
And from here onwards, of course, that goal went down the drain. Did not really matter in the overall, circumstances. But let's now take a look at the leaderboard and find out how things have changed. Because now there you have it. Chennaiyin FC sitting up on the second spot, 31 points already secured. Mumbai City FC still have that 1-game cushion, but if they win that, and by all means, the way they have been playing, they are the clear favourites to win whatever game comes their way. So the top 3 battle is pretty much settled. We know these teams are heading in through, but Northeast United FC, they're going to be happy with the 4th spot that they're sitting in. But at the same time, we'll be praying that Bengaluru FC do not win their 2 matches.
Yeah, and I do think that it's going to be about 32 points that will need you that you'll need to get into the top 4. So it's going to be interesting to see who can get to that magic number.
Yeah, it definitely will be because the race is on. But for now, all you guys out there, this is giveaway time. This is a time where you can grab yourself this free NFT V-Flicked robot, an exclusive property of Terra Virtua. All you've got to do is head in to www.terravirtua.io/ISL. Sign yourself up and get this free, which is worth $19.99. Get above the hype train, board it, and we all know how things are going to boom in the foreseeable future. But for now, that was all that we had for this matchup. Before we head out, a huge shout out to our sponsors, as the eISL is powered by Coca-Cola. A huge shout out again to our associate sponsor, Hero, esports partners, Nordwin Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, the show is not done yet. We still have one of the most interesting matchups up for you guys, but after this short little break.